there are people, listen to me, let me tell you. Do you know there are people in church? They come to church when they want to. Do you know that? They come the day they want to. They are not in a department, and they think they are doing the church. Sir, you are not doing the church. There are many people taking your place. You are doing yourself. I'll tell you. Where? Can I show you this? Can I show you this? When Jonah was in the belly of the fish, he talked in the whole of chapter 2, nothing happened. But in chapter 19, when he said, I will pay my vow. Chapter 20, verse 20, God spoke to the fish. Verse 19, Jonah said, I will pay my vow. Verse 20, the next verse, God spoke to the fish. When God saw that is an asset, God said, now I can speak to the fish. Go and vomit him. There are certain things. Bring up Jonah chapter 2 verse 19. There are certain things that will not happen in a man's life until he makes himself an asset. Not a life. Verse 9, sorry. But I will sacrifice unto the Lord with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pay that I have vowed. Salvation is of the Lord. Verse 10. And the Lord spake unto the fish. God says, since you have decided to be useful, I speak to the fish. But before then, verses before preceding that verse, Jonah was saying all kinds of things to God. God said, I'm used to this. I'm looking for men who are conscious of my kingdom and my house. Caesar, Jonah was not aware. God spoke to the fish. When you are an asset in the house of God, there are things God does for you without you knowing. There are battles he fights for you. If you are not in church, who will feel it? What kind of blessing are you? A young man was kidnapped. And they kidnapped him. They carried him and moved him to the bush. Somewhere around Delta State. Moved them down to the bush. While they were doing that, the young man said to God, God, he was on his face flat. He said, Lord, I have a program for orphans. I have a program for widows. He said, Father, over 200 orphans, I pay their fees. Over 300 widows, I take care of them. Even if my prayer can't speak now, let my sacrifice and my relevance. He was on the floor when he was saying that to the Lord. They said, what are you saying? You are praying. Let's see what will happen. You, 200 million. You, 100 million. You. They were just putting price on human beings. Call your family. The man said, see, in my family, I'm the one doing everything. So as you carry me now, he said, if they carry anybody, I'm the one they will call. Now that you have carried me, there's nobody to call. While he was doing that, he was talking to the Lord. He said, go down. There was problem between the leader and the next. On the mode of how to contact the family. The next guy said, let's contact them today. Didn't say, no. Let's wait till like tomorrow. He said, we don't have time. Let's let them contact their family. No. And quarrel came between them. And the leader just said to them, all of you. So all of you stand up. Stand up. All of you stand up. Go. 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 All of you go. 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 Because of him, others also. Why? Assets. I have little or no spiritual respect for people who choose when they come to church. No, I will love you, but I don't put value. Because it's not about me. It's about the kingdom. Am I communicating here? It's about the kingdom. Sometimes I will do trips for hours. 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 Then I will arrive. Do trips again for hours. Minister the word of God. Take a couple of hours. Go again. It's not because I could not have stayed back in those countries. I'm tell somebody else, come and preach on the altar. Am I communicating here? Sometimes Dr. Lizzie would even show me sympathy. Say, can't you just rest? Let somebody else. As it's a covenant I have. That every Sunday I must be on my altar. Not another person's altar. And so I say, it's a covenant. Sir, to keep covenant is expensive. Sir, you cannot be a member of a church under Omega. What is speaking for you when you are not praying? Is it your connection to the pastor or to the wife? Or rather, is your work speaking against you? Is your confusion speaking against you? There are people, things are speaking for them, and there are some others, things are speaking against them. When you sit back and you are calumnizing pastors. Your pastor in church, you batter the wife, you condemn the head of department, you condemn the preacher, you condemn. See, you are not doing them. No, you are not doing them. I wish you understand. What will you say about your pastor now that we unpastor him? No, what will you say that we depastor him? That's the truth. Okay, what will you say about apostle now that we turn him to apostrophe? Why are you wasting your time? When my son was about 2 years old, I was taking ice cream one time, he wanted it. So I stood up and we sat down. When I take one scoop, he takes like 3. When he saw it was going, he threw away the spoon and started using his hand. And I was being decent. I was taking spoon, he put hand. When I saw that this battle, if I do not apply wisdom, I won't win this battle. I now stood up with a cup. Daddy, I kept eating. Don't waste your time. That is how life is. There are people that God has lifted who don't pass you. Somebody has a car, the person sat in the car, and the person drove past. He said, look at them, rubbish people. You are still trekking. That does not, your gossip does not become a car. Your gossip only increases the pain of your trekking.